Hello and welcome to Restoration DIY. It's great to have you here and I hope you enjoy the video. This time I'll be making a fruit bowl from some offcuts of oak block worktop. It was given to me by a neighbour with the intention of seeing what I could make. So without further ado, let's get into it. First job was to cut 2 squares. I wanted the bowl to be around 60 to 70 millimeters deep, so 2 pieces should be enough. And this is the first outing for my new saw. I've had it for a couple of years, but never got round to using it. It's the first time I've worked with this oak block material. It appears to be 40 by 40 millimeter strips, finger jointed end to end, then glued into a board 600 millimeters wide. I was a bit concerned about voids and that some of the joints were not bonded, but I needn't have worried. The only thing that did crop up was that the offcuts had warped, but that was easily overcome as well. Having cut the timber to length, I had to run each piece through the drum sander. I did this to level the surfaces, but also to remove the oil and wax finish that had been applied in the factory. If I hadn't done this, I doubt the pieces would have bonded in the glue up. It took quite a few passes to cut through to a clean surface, but I won't bore you with that. So moving on, next was the glue up, and because I'd removed a fair bit of timber, I decided to add a strip of maple to give it a bit of extra depth, but also as a contrast to the oak. I had to use 2 pieces of maple, and to stop them sliding around, I used a pin nail in each corner. That done, the second piece of oak was glued in place. And to ensure a solid glue up, I applied as many clamps as I could. It's a few days later, and the glue has had plenty of time to cure. And it all looks good, so it's on to finding the centre, and then the corners of the blank can be removed on the bandsaw. Then I drilled an 8mm hole to fix the blank to the wood screw chuck. Blank firmly fixed, I set about shaping the outer surface. First up was a 1/2 inch bowl gouge, shear scraping the rough corners away, then straight into a push cut to get it to round. That's close enough for now. I faced the bottom surface, stopping short to leave a plinth. This was followed by lots of shear scraping to curve the base into the side. I was having to deal with a lot of end grain, and the timber was incredibly dry, so tear out was becoming an issue. So out came the large negative rake scraper with a freshly sharpened edge. This was followed with an angled shear scraper to blend and fare the surface into a continuous curve up to the straight side into the rim. I know this isn't strictly how the tool should be used, but it does such a good job, leaving a super smooth finish. Outer surface done, I had to cut the mortise. First I defined the outer edge with a 1/4 inch parting tool, cutting in about 6mm. Then I cleaned away the waste material with a 3/8 gouge. Shear scraper to level the inner surface, then the dovetail cutter to, you guessed it, cut the dovetail. Then I added a bit of embellishment. That's the outside done. Next, sanding from 80 to 400 grit. Then I applied a wax finish, which I'll show in more detail at the end. And with the blanks safely fixed in the 4-jaw chuck, I can begin hollowing out. The 3/8 bowl gouge seemed a good place to start. Normally I would have taken the centre out with a large Forstner bit, but to be quite honest, I forgot, and in any case, this is such a small piece, I don't think it really mattered. Off camera, I'd sharpened the gouge, and it was slicing through the waste material. It's the same whenever I use a solid blank, but this really did highlight how much material ends up on the workshop floor. The gouge was doing a great job, but it was taking its time, so I grabbed the mid-sized carbide and set about removing the bulk of what was left. This made a huge difference. It helps that it has a new cutter, but without moving the orientation of the blade, material is removed in both push and the pull direction. Shavings were flying all over the place. The carbide had done a nice job, but with such a small cutter, it leaves fine ridges. So to deal with that, I turned to the negative rake scraper, but it was a side cutting bowl scraper that did the trick. This is essentially a scraper with a curve on the left hand side running into a flat cutting edge on the front, and it's good at removing the fine tool marks and smoothing the inner surface of bowls. And that's the inside done. Next I sanded from 80 to 400 grit, after which I cleaned down with denatured alcohol. Next I applied 2 coats of sanding sealer, each one denibbed with a non-abrasive Scotch Brite pad. Up next, Yorkshire grit, a single coat, worked into the surface, then cleaned away until no more residue picks up on the paper towel. Then a new to me finish. This is Howard's Feed and Wax. I don't have any affiliation with this product. I saw it and thought I'd give it a go. I applied a good coat all over, let it soak in for 20 minutes, then buffed it with a clean paper towel. In total, I did 2 applications. And that's it, another project finished. It's been a while since my last video and a lot has happened, but this marks my return to YouTube. I will have more regular uploads and I will be stepping in front of the camera, so watch out for that delight. The wood turning projects will continue, but I will be introducing a workshop tour followed by a full refit. I'll also be making fixed and movable furniture for my house, along with some behind the scenes stuff as I go along. Anyway, back to this project. It was a fairly simple one and it turned out better than I'd hoped. I like it and I hope you like it too. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. A thumbs up will be greatly appreciated and comments are always welcome. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.